here. Today I'm going to share with you my maze challenge card, and actually this month Philaine and I decided to do a challenge. For our challenge we decided to do a tag, and this is done so early for me just because I worked on it during that 13-hour crop that I put on, the Spring is on its way crop that I put on last weekend. So I worked on that and the funny thing is, when I showed my husband, he said to me, so it took you 13 hours to make one tag? And I said, well, I started a layout too, but another reason why is for the first couple hours all we did was just chatted, and because I let the ladies use all my supplies, I think a few of them were intimidated to come into my room and just grab a punch, so they kept asking me, and then I'd come in here with them. But like I'd say 4 hours or halfway through the crop, I finally said, you know where it is, just grab whatever punch you need or whatever ink you need or whatever stamp you need, just go in there and get it yourself. And they were fine with that after a while. So let's get into the tag. The challenges that Philaine and I had were to use a Prima Tag, to use a Prima stamp, to use an inspirational quote, and to use flock or loose glitter. So the first one is the Prima Tag, which I did use, and I have a few packs of the Prima Tags, and this one happens to be my favorite. I love the script in it. And another thing I did was I used the Prima stamp, and this is one of my new ones I just picked up on our last trip, and I colored her up with my Copics, and I paper pieced her little shoes. And I used two different papers for her dress, and again I shaded it with the Copic markers, and I also paper pieced her little hairband, and I think she turned out cute. The hair was a little challenge for me because just to shade the I don't know, bun thing, whatever it is up there, her bouffant, I guess. I had a little trouble with the shading, but I like how she turned out. And then the next one is an inspirational quote. And this quote I borrowed off of one of my friends. And then it said to use flock or loose glitter. Well, the funny thing is, I got rid of all of my flock like a week ago because I don't use it. But I did have glitter, so I added glitter all the way around the tag. I added a little bit of glitter to her shoes, to the tips of her shoes, because in the image it shows a little like a rosebud or something there, so I covered up with that. And then I didn't add the glitter to this, but one of my friends, Denise, had this button, and she had it in her little button box, and I noticed it out of the corner of my eye, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I love that button. And she goes, do you want it? And I'm like, are you serious? And she's like, yeah. And it just goes so perfectly with this whole tag. And I am trying to use a lot more of my mixed media supplies because I want to do more art journaling and stuff like that. So I used the Heidi Swap stencil, and I used some of the embossing paste. I guess that's what it's called, right? Embossing paste? What is it called? Oh, it's called light molding paste. I use that. Like I had said before, I've used drywall compound, and that works good too. But this stuff is flexible. I know with the drywall compound, it might crack because it's a little bit harder. It still works. Like, don't get me wrong, it still works. But this stuff just seems to be more softer. And so I did that, and I did a lot of inking. And then I made these little tags, and I gave them in the gift bags. I gave, I think, a set of 3 in each of the crop bags. I gave the girls each a little goodie bag, and this is something I put in there. All I did was I took a tag that you can buy at Staples. I can't really, there we go. I just took a tag, like a simple tag you can buy at Staples, and then I punched the bottom. And all theirs stayed the manila color, but I inked mine for this project, and I like that it turned out. I like that. And then I just added some layers of flowers. So that is my tag for the challenge for this month, and I am so happy I got it done so early. So I'm going to try and get that out in the mail tomorrow. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining me. I hope you liked my project, and I hope you all had a very creative day today. Bye now.